Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove Prince Parker and Associates from their credit report, and actually in many cases without paying their debt at all. So if that's you or someone you know, I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is to take. Now, I want to start by saying that this doesn't mean that you shouldn't take action. For example, if you know or believe that Prince Parker and Associates or any of the accounts on your credit report are the result of identity theft or have a wrong number, wrong balance after you've already paid, or really any major issues that are seriously affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. And we work with a network of local attorneys that will work on your behalf at zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. So if no issues like that exist and you really just want the account removed from your credit report, we can certainly help with that too. Just give us a call today and you'll find our number in the description area below. And with that, what I want to do is I want to go through the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first one that I have here I think is really important. And that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with Prince Parker and Associates? Now, the reason I put this one at the top of the list is because, we get a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen. And it makes sense. Few people are actually taught how credit and debt work in school, myself included. I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. Now, fortunately, the answer is, unless the debt is related to specifically unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So there's no need to worry about that. The amount of the debt doesn't matter either. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million, and you will not be arrested or get jail time. So, which takes us to the question, who is Prince Parker and Associates, and why are they on your credit report? So, they are what's referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency. And what they do is they buy debts, unpaid accounts, like credit cards, for example, often for very cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount, okay? An example would be, let's imagine, that for whatever reason, you have an unpaid card with Capital One for $1,000. Prince Parker and Associates could, in theory, come along and buy that debt, but for just $100. But they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you, which gives them a 10x return on their investment. So yeah, these companies can make a lot of money, and damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is the primary strategy they have to get you to pay. However, what many people don't know, and again, because we're not taught this, is that paying a debt on your credit report does not remove the account attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time, whether it's paid or not. So a lot of times paying isn't actually in your best interest and could just be a waste of money. Now, in rare cases, I've even seen paying debt can even hurt your score further. But in addition to credit reporting, they may send scary letters, call a lot, even calling your family members and colleagues. But if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, that's another case where you may be owed a lawsuit. So, another reason to give us a call so we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. The next question I have here is, should you negotiate a settlement with Prince Parker and Associates? So settling your debt with Prince Parker and Associates depends on your goal. Typically, if you're wanting to improve your credit score, paying isn't the best option, and the reason is because, like I mentioned before, even if you pay that collection, it will remain on your credit report for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time. Instead, we always recommend that you work with an expert like us to review these accounts for you. And, if certain issues exist, then the accounts may be removed. And this is a win-win because, you see, you won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score. And the negative account gets removed from your report. So it's perfect. Next question I have is, how do you remove Prince Parker and Associates from your credit report? So it works like this. The Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. I will say that the knowledge required to do this is a bit more involved than it might seem, but That's not to say that you shouldn't learn how to do it or that you can't, but just be prepared that you may spend, weeks or maybe even months learning how to do it properly. However, if you'd like to hire a professional to handle it for you, you can ensure that it's done properly the first time, and you can save the extra time. And we're happy to take care of it. We've dealt with Prince Parker and Associates accounts many times, and they regularly have issues. And we've helped numerous clients deal with them, and we'll be happy to take care of it for you as well if you prefer. This question I get all the time is, how can you get Prince Parker and Associates to stop calling you? Like I mentioned before, Prince Parker and Associates will be calling you as an attempt to collect the debt they've purchased. Okay, which means the only reason that they'll stop calling you is if you settle your debt with them, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether. Okay. Will Prince Parker and Associates try suing or garnishing my wages? This question, I'll say this. Prince Parker and Associates suing is unlikely. It can and does happen, but honestly, in our experience, it's rare. There's just a lot of laws around, how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win, and it's a long process. However, if we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect at all, which is another benefit of using an expert. What are my rights when dealing with Prince Parker and Associates? This is a great question. So you have the right to dispute any of your debt that Prince Parker and Associates has purchased. Okay. Prince Parker and Associates is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or FDCPA, and like I mentioned before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or FCRA. Now, I'll admit those acts can seem very complicated, but what they do is they provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to use it properly. Now, if you don't have time to research these acts, it's not a problem. You can call us today to discuss your options. And again, you'll see our number in the description. And with that, I hope this helped you out, and I look forward to talking to you soon.